Thanks for taking the time to check out our website, and thanks for taking the time to watch this video as well. I just wanted to record a really quick video for you. My name's Jason, by the way. I'm from Five Tails. I wanted to record a really quick video for you, just walking you through our approach to a website and ranking a website, and just how we uncover some of the issues and how we find potential and ways for the business to grow through Google search. And the way I thought I'd demonstrate this to you today is just by actually just picking an example of a website on in an industry that we actually don't currently serve any clients in, so there's no conflicts of interest, and just sort of point out from there how we would go about actually approaching this website and sort of picking apart their current SEO strategy and then building it up again. And so I've typed in Physiotherapy Adelaide here, chose this term because it's got 1,000 monthly searches. You can follow my mouse here. And it's a reasonably commercially valuable term. People are paying $6.85 per click on Google in order to advertise on this term. So that's about what these guys at the top here are paying, the first 4 ads we're coming across. Then we're looking at the map pack here as we scroll down, and the 3 results in the map pack. The 3 pack, obviously, it's come down from being 7 results not long ago, and you'll see this vary all the time, but very location dependent, the map there. Then we've got the first result, second result, third result. These 3 businesses are receiving the bulk of all leads for this search term, so 1,000 searches a month. These 3 businesses are receiving the bulk of that, with the first position obviously receiving the most. Fourth and fifth are going to receive a little bit of traffic, and the rest of the page probably not too much at all. And then beyond the first page, only about 2% of people go any further than that. So it's almost not valuable at all being ranked anywhere outside of the first page, but it really is those first 3 positions you want to get into. And you can see here, I've actually picked these guys here: Adelaide Advanced Physiotherapy, Adelaide CBD, South Australia. They're in about the 7th position here, I think, or about the 7th position on the first page here. So outside of actually receiving any of these leads, really, probably in much of the traffic. So we'll dive in and have a look at them. So this is their website, Advanced Adelaide Physiotherapy, and the website looks quite nice. It's been set up reasonably well. Looks like a very legitimate business. They've got their phone number, contact details, nice and present. Some good images there. A fair bit of content on the page, which is nice to see. Why choose us? They've got their staff. They've got different service pages as well. So there is a little bit of content there. Different products, news. They do update their news as well. So it is an active site. But at the moment, obviously being in that 7th position, they're not receiving a whole lot of traffic. And we're going to dive in and we're going to have a really quick look at that. And so got them here in a tool called SEM Rush. So we use this tool sometimes just for seeing how a website's currently performing in Google, what search terms are actually driving traffic to the website at the moment, and that's sort of a bit of a starting point. So you can see here that Adelaide Advanced Physiotherapy, these guys are ranking for 245 different keywords, receiving about 250 visitors a month. That is worth, in terms of Google advertising traffic, if you're paying for that search traffic, about $780. And some of the terms driving business here, this is sorted by how much of the website's traffic it's driving. And you can see here that it's branded term, Adelaide Advanced Physiotherapy, that's driving most of its traffic. These guys do have a pretty reasonable brand, as you can see. They've 110 people a month are searching for it, 70 people a month are searching for that variation of their business name. So you can see that is actually driving a fair bit of their business, is actually their current brand name, and obviously that word of mouth and what they've built up through other avenues. You can see here Adelaide Physiotherapy, they're ranked in the 3rd position, and this is driving about 5% of their traffic at 140 visitors a month, and people are paying about $4.51 per click there. They're in 6th position for Advanced Physiotherapy. They're in 8th position for Physiotherapy Adelaide. That's driving about 3% of the traffic, but as I was saying before, if it's not in the top 3, it's not going to make much difference. But Physiotherapy Adelaide, 320 people searching for that a month. Obviously, that's a whole lot of traffic, and could be a big growth area for this business if it was able to get in those top 3 positions. And we'll keep going through here. Physiotherapist Adelaide, they're on the 2nd page, position 11. That's not driving much traffic for them at all, as it's past the 1st page. And you can see here some of these other terms are not too commercially valuable. Rock tape, Pilates Adelaide, depending on if they provide Pilates services. Physiotherapy in Adelaide, and fewer people searching for that, 20. They're ranked in position 6. So you can see they really, it's quite an undercooked SEO strategy at the moment, and a keyword strategy. They probably have their business strategy fairly well down pat. They've got a nice site. Their services are really clearly listed out, but it is that conversation with the business owner, with the marketing manager there, to figure out, how they're actually trying to grow their business, what service areas are most profitable for them to serve, what service areas do they see their business growing through, and then translating that into a keyword, into a search strategy. How are people actually searching for those words, for those services they provide and they want to grow through? Which search terms are most valuable to their business and are actually, do have a high enough search volume to be worth the resource to rank, and then coordinating that strategy to make it happen. So you can see one of their competitors, the guys who are actually ranked, the business who's actually ranked first up here, City Physiotherapy Adelaide, first organic position, and also the first position, in fact, in the map pack as well. So this business is doing quite well, I should say. City Physiotherapy, not a fantastic site, but this site is very well built out with content, as you'll probably see. You can see here, practice services, remedial massage therapy Adelaide, headache physiotherapy treatment in Adelaide, hands-on physiotherapy Adelaide. This is very well tailored towards a search strategy. People are actually going to be searching for physio taping Adelaide, ACL physio Adelaide. People hurt their ACLs all the time. Headache physiotherapy treatment in Adelaide, remedial massage therapy Adelaide. These are things that people actually search for. Dry needling Adelaide. This is very well targeted strategy, and all these pages are built out around that, and all content, and you can even see the URLs populating in the bottom left-hand corner of the page as you go down the menu. They're actually very well set up and structured as well. ACL Physio Adelaide. That's very nice to see. And as we can see, that performance is going to the structure of that site and the overall architecture and the amount of content they have on there, and the authority that this site has built up over time. And you can see I've got them here now in SEM Rush, City Physiotherapy. They're ranked for 530 keywords, receiving about 1.6 thousand visitors a month, and that traffic, if you were paying for that in terms of advertising dollars on Google AdWords, worth about 6.2 thousand. So getting up there a little bit for a local service-based business in the city that's not a large chain, and you can see they built this strategy up over a long period of time. Even this year itself, the traffic's almost doubled over the course of a year, and so this is really starting to. This is why we say SEO is an organic search and targeting search is so powerful, but it really is a cumulative strategy and just continues to get more and more powerful over time. Even the last month has seen traffic skyrocket again, and they would be seeing a whole ton of leads from this traffic through their website, through inquiries and through phone calls. You can see some of the search terms we'll have a look at very quickly here. Physiotherapy Adelaide, first position, 320 visitors. That's driving 10% of their traffic. Physio Adelaide, first position, 320 searches a month and driving another about 9% of their traffic. Adelaide Physiotherapy, first position, that's 140 searches a month. People pay $4.50 per click. They're probably getting upwards of about 70 clicks a month just for that word there, 70 visitors to their site a month. And even if they're only converting 1 in 5 of that, there's going to be a huge volume of clients coming through the door just from one of these search terms. We're looking at many of these. Physiotherapist Adelaide, sports injury clinic, physiotherapy massage, 70 searches a month. Massage Adelaide CBD, 390 searches a month, although they're on the second page for that at the moment, so that's a potential opportunity for this business. Physio in Adelaide, physio massage, sports physio Adelaide, massage physiotherapy. They're ranking for a whole bunch of different terms. You can still see 1s, 2s and 3s here, and this is still driving business even down that far. Might have been driving a small portion of their traffic, but it's all adding up, and that's why that cumulative process of continuing to add traffic to the site is going to be paying off. But look, coming back to the business that we are looking at, Adelaide Advanced Physiotherapy, we can see here that there's a huge potential. They offer very similar services to this competitor, but they're only receiving about 250 visitors a month, and that traffic's not all too valuable at $780 compared to one of their competitors, direct competitor, 1.6 thousand visitors a month, and extremely valuable traffic. So obviously, if you're working with a client like this, you obviously want to grow them to the extent of the top position and start to overtake. There's still more potential for a business like this to grow. We want to take these guys though, and do what they're doing here, but even better, and really pull apart a competitor's strategy and start to target some of the holes in the search engine results pages with really specific content, and really build out the site to convert that traffic into actual leads for the business as well. And so we're going to have a look now very briefly at some of the things that might be holding back the performance of the site before we even start talking about what we can do to actually grow the business. So at the moment, one of those things is website speed. So I've just run this test just before recording this video, tools.pingdom.com. It's actually a free tool we use, a proprietary one in-house, which I just didn't want to show in the video. But you can see here, these guys, performance grade of B, 86 in terms of site speed, was tested from Melbourne, page load time of 2.30 seconds, page size 706 kilobytes. Page speed is really important, both for usability for someone coming to your website and for a potential prospect, but it's also really important for Google search as well. Google's algorithm takes into account the site speed at which a site loads, because it is such an important indicator for people that it's a useful website. And that's why when you go to google.com.au, the site loads in a fraction of a second, because site speed is really that important, and they're really living by that exact example. And so you can see here some of the insights for this particular page. It doesn't take, the biggest one here is it's not really taking advantage of leveraging browser caching, which these days is really standard. And you can see these guys are on WordPress as well, so it's a very easy fix as well to get this site speed down further. 2.3 seconds, by the way, isn't too bad. You want to get it under that 2-second mark, but 2.3, it's probably not going to be hampering the performance too much, so we will glance over this a little bit, and you can see that the images aren't taking up too much space on the site either. So this is not something that's going to be holding back the performance too severely at this stage. So what we will jump in and have a very brief look at now is we're going to jump over to a tool. This tool's got a funny name called Screaming Frog, and we've got AAP Physiotherapy, Advanced Adelaide Physiotherapy, that we've plugged into here, and we're just going to have a look at a few of the technical issues that we come across on websites all the time, and these are things that are holding back the performance, let alone even enhancing, let alone us even working to enhance it. These are often issues that are hampering the performance of the website in Google. So we can see here, just going down the right-hand side, and I will move through this pretty fast, but I'll try not to go over anything that's a bit too mundane. So we can see here that we've got different response codes on the site, and we've got a couple of 301 errors. I'm just looking at the right-hand side here, by the way, as we go. Where they're linking out to sites, other authorities, you can see here, ozphysio.com, Adelaide City Council, other authoritative sites they're linking out to, but they're not quite linking out to the right versions because these sites are redirecting to the correct version of the website. So it just doesn't look quite right to Google, and it's something that you want to get fixed up and change these URLs that they are linking out to the correct URL. And a lot of these are probably going to be because the sites have installed SSL, those security certificates, and are now HTTPS rather than HTTP. But something to get fixed. And client errors, these are all links going out to the site or to even pages on the site that are actually errors. The pages don't exist, and you can see here, even their own site, they've used to have a page that said /Pilates. They don't anymore, and that's just showing an error. So when people are going there, that's just populating as an error, and an error page will appear for them. And that's a clear signal to Google that the site is not being very well maintained when that's the case. So that's a really urgent one that we would normally get fixed up straight away and do a 301 redirect to the correct page on the site. Now moving through here to page titles, we can see there's 118 pages on the site. 40 of those pages all have a duplicate page title. That's at risk of a duplicate content ping from Google, and some sort of penalty could very easily be applied when you are risking a penalty when you are duplicating the page title over and over again. Google just can't tell the difference between one page and the other very easily. It just looks like you might potentially be trying to manipulate a search engine, but trying to manipulate Google, I should say, by just duplicating the page title over and over again. So 40 out of 118 pages, all the news pages on the site, contact pages, services, why choose us, shoulder pain, these all have exactly the same page titles as each other, and that would need to be fixed ASAP in order to remove any potential penalty, but also at the moment any of those pages probably aren't holding much value. 117 of the 118 pages have page titles that are too long. They're over 165 characters, so far too long. So you'd want to reduce those page titles down to 65 characters or under. You can see here none of them are too short, which is good to see, and none of them are the same as the H1 tags or H main headings. Of the meta descriptions, these are the descriptions that appear below the website in Google, the description of the website. 114 are the duplicated, which is just, this is something that often happens when web developers are building a site. They just copy the meta description over and over again because it's easier, it's a shortcut. But it just makes it look like the site, again, is not well maintained and not well catering to people who are actually searching for it. So definitely something to fix up. And again, it does risk a panda penalty or a duplicate content penalty, I should say, with Google when you keep duplicating content over and over again. Meta description is too long in 112 of those cases. It's because it's the same one over and over again. And it's too short in 5 of the cases as well, so a lot of work to do on the meta descriptions there. main headings, so again there's 118 pages, and the H1 heading is duplicated on every single page on the website. So really disappointing, obviously, but this is going to be a major reason why this business, Adelaide Advanced Physiotherapy, is not ranking as well as it should be when they have duplicated the main heading on their site over and over and over again, and they've actually repeated it on the same page multiple times as well when you only want one H1 heading. So again, this is definitely going to be holding back the website. H2 headings, you can see there's 105 of them are duplicated, which is a real shame to see, and 10 of them are missing and have no H2 headings whatsoever. 100 images on the site, 2 of them are missing alternate text. We're just going through a bit faster now. There'll be something to be fixed as well. We won't go through... Yeah, we might not go through all of it because there is a little bit there actually. So I won't go through too much more because I don't want to bore you, but I suppose I just want to give you a bit of a flavour for the types of things. This is really a bit of a first blush look at it, but the types of things that we're going through when we're trying to fix some of the technical issues with a website. Not to mention actually optimizing the website itself. I spoke before about translating that business strategy, translating that growth strategy into a search strategy, and you can see here, even just on the homepage alone, it's about optimizing these things like the title of the page, so that it's much more optimized towards how people are actually searching. You can see here the brand name, Adelaide Advanced Physiotherapy, Adelaide CBD, South Australia. That's not catering to search at all. People do not search Adelaide CBD, South Australia when they're searching for a physiotherapist. So and their brand name, unless you are at Google or a IKEA or McDonald's or something, you don't need the brand name and the title of your website typically. And as we've seen a lot of these issues already, actually the H1 tag's exactly the same. We're looking at that right now on the homepage. But these are the types of things that you would then go to the next step in terms of actually optimizing how these things are worded and structured, both to encourage people on the website to actually click and take action and get in touch, and also to cater towards search as well. So it's become a lot more complex, a lot more involved than it used to be, SEO, and that's why you see a lot of sites that used to rank really well don't tend to anymore, and why you see when you are partnered with an expert these days, they do tend to make such a phenomenal difference to a business, because the difference between doing a few things correct for Google versus doing everything right and really having a fully built out content strategy while still understanding the technical aspect of it is really going to drive a whole lot of business for the right website. So look, that's about all I wanted to cover. Didn't want to dive into too many other sort of digital marketings. Really wanted to keep this just structured around SEO, structured around search engine optimization, and really around Google. I hope it's been helpful for you. And look, if you would like to have a chat about your business, about the goals for your business, maybe how search might be able to fit in, how we might be able to help you as well, by all means, book a consultation. Just click on one of the links on this page here, and have a chat. I'll have a chat with you myself, and we'll see what we can do to help you, and maybe have some ideas on how to grow your business as well. Hope to talk to you soon.